Say hi. Hi, good morning. I've got the last day of someone's here to say hi. Come say hi. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Good morning, guys. Oh, get those paws in. Good morning. Gorgeous puppy. This is the last day of us having beautiful Nelly. She is she's going home to, oh, you got a muddy nose. She's been digging in the garden. Good morning, guys. Hope you're okay. Let's put you back down. Gosh, she's gorgeous. Oh, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Oh, she's so cute. She's been such a good girl as well. She's doing really well. Good morning. How are you? I hope you're all okay. It's quiet on Facebook. You're quiet. Let's see. Let me just check that we're not on. Can you hear me on Facebook? There we go. There we go. Can you hear me on Facebook? Sorry, everybody. Good morning. Hopefully that's better. Good morning. Hi, guys. Working in the Easter holidays. Currently watching from school. Oh, fab. Good morning. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, you can hear me. Oh, that's all right then. That's okay. All right. How you doing? Everyone okay? I'm going to get started because I'm quite aware that today is one of those ones where I could go off on a tangent and end up chatting about loads of stuff. So, I hope you're all right. Cheers to you all. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Sarah. Always nice to see who's on Facebook as well, because I don't get to see the names.
Auntie Steph on today?
No, Auntie Steph's not there, darling. Mason just wondering who's watching. If it's family members. Right then. Should we get... No, darling, no. Let's get started, shall we? So this morning, I'm going to be doing lots of activities with chocolate eggs. Because no doubt over the next few days, or you may have started already, there may be lots of chocolate eggs in your house, which is always nice, isn't it? Apart from it's really. Is anyone else tempted in the evenings knowing that there's chocolate eggs in the cupboard? I can't help it. Anyway, let's going off on one. So I've got these smarty ones. Any eggs would do. Of course, if you don't want to do chocolate, that's absolutely fine. You can maybe do stickers. You can maybe do little cut-out eggs. You might have some little plastic eggs, anything like that. But you might be a bit of a chocolate fan. The door's going. Sorry, one moment, guys. Husband's deliveries. Sorry, doorbell goes every time. I try my best to be as professional as I can, and something always comes up, doesn't it? Anyway, so what we're talking about. So we're going to do some counting with chocolate eggs, because I thought if you're anything like me, you're going to have loads of chocolate eggs in the house at the moment, and there's nothing better than getting a bit of maths in there, a bit of maths involved. And a little tip, if you're a teacher or anyone due any observations or anything and you're doing maths, try and get food involved. It normally really helps your activity to go well. So that's just a little word of warning. Children concentrate very well when there's food involved and maths. So that's a little tip from me. But yeah, I thought seeing as it's Easter and there's going to be loads of chocolate eggs around, let's incorporate a little bit of maths with it. So my first thought was to incorporate some numicon and some counting and things, but actually there's loads of things you can do. So I've got a few different examples here for you. I'm just going to see if we can tilt this slightly better. Oh, sorry, I'm all over the place this morning, aren't I? I do try to be professional, but it's ever so hard. Right, okay, so we've got some chocolate eggs here. Now the idea was, because these are so bright and gorgeous, I just felt like they just lend themselves to numicon. Don't worry if you don't have any numicon. I know lots of you do, because I've talked about it a lot before. I'm a massive fan of Numicon. Children should be playing with it, exploring it way before they're even starting to practice numbers and counting and things. It's just brilliant for mathematical development. However, don't worry if you don't have any. I do think it's a great thing to put on any child's birthday list, wish list, Easter list. If family members are starting to ask us things that they want to buy your little one, I highly recommend Numicon. You can get it on Amazon. There's a link on my website if you're looking for a nice set. So this is Numicon, great for counting. It just lends itself. Counting, sorting, it helps children have a really good understanding of number, and it's so visual and tactile that children can feel it, they can touch it, they can put their fingers in it, and even better, these chocolate eggs sit perfectly inside. So I'm afraid I need to do it on the tabletop so you can see this one, which I know isn't ideal. There's a little hand, just took a chocolate egg. So as you can see, they come in all different sizes, up to 10. You've got 1 to 10, and they just lend themselves really nicely with a big bowl of brightly coloured chocolate eggs to do lots of sorting and filling. It might involve a little bit of counting. They might start to notice patterns and what's going on. There's just all sorts of language and chat you could have. What happens if I add one more? What happens if I take one of these away? All that sort of stuff. Loads and loads and loads. They just have, the reason why I really like Numicon is because there's just, they're so versatile. You can get so much learning out of them. But why not pair them with some chocolate eggs? And actually, while I was having a play, just to see if they would work well and things, I also realised, because of the gorgeous colours of Numicon, they sort of invite themselves for sorting as well. So they may do a little bit of counting, they may do a little bit exploring the numbers, or they may do a little bit of sorting. And sorting is actually a mathematical skill, quite a scientific skill. It's all about noticing patterns and noting differences and being able to talk about that. So even if they go, oh, I ain't got enough blues, Mason just took a handful of blues. But they could do lots of sorting, and then they can talk about which colour they've got most of, which is the least, and all that sort of stuff. So it's just a really, really lovely tool, and you can really explore those in loads of different ways. Now, of course, your little ones are going to have a little bite and a little eat of these. I've not been able to set this activity up this morning without eating a handful, so it's sort of a given. But it's nice that they can play and talk and chat and eat the chocolate eggs, because they're probably going to be eating them anyway, but it's nice to get a bit of maths involved and just a bit of fun. So something a little bit different you might want to do with your Numicon, and a nice big bowl of chocolate eggs. Then another activity, oh yeah, if you don't have Numicon, don't panic. I was chatting the other day, I did a live, which I can always add a link for you. We were talking about making a 5 frame and a 10 frame. Again, it was just a really open-ended way of children exploring number and counting and value without actually using digits and numbers. And again, these chocolate eggs would work perfectly with it, that they could line them up, they could maybe sort them, they could maybe count with them. I was doing a bit with Mason at the weekend, and we were actually making patterns, and it's just really lovely. Could use cute pom-poms if you wanted to avoid the eating, of course you could, yeah, or buttons or anything like that. Stickers, little cut-out chocolate eggs of your own, plastic eggs, anything works with that. But again, this is just a really versatile way, and it's something you can actually make at home. So there is a previous live, which will be on Facebook. It might, I'm not sure if it's uploaded onto YouTube just yet, of a 10 frame and a number frame. So again, a little bit of sorting. They may sort them by the colours, or they may do lots of counting and numbers and stuff. It's completely open-ended. And then you could always incorporate this with a dice. I thought a dice would be quite nice to roll the number and then to actually count out the number of eggs. And they could maybe go along. They could maybe make it into a little game of that you start one end, roll the dice, count them out, fill them up, and see if they can get to the other end. How many have we got all together? How many have we got so far? That sort of thing. It is making me, you're hungry. Yeah, I've eaten too many now. So yeah, you can do all sorts of lovely stuff with it. Oh, shame your little one is allergic to milk. Finding her stuff is so expensive. Yeah, but I'm sure there must be alternative, like someone says, about having buttons, having little plastic eggs, having I've used little cut up pieces of straws. Pom-poms work really well. There must be something, pasta pieces, anything like that would work really well. Flowers, leaves out the garden, all sorts. But I've gone with the chocolate eggs. And then, of course, an egg box. We're sticking with Easter eggs, aren't we? So a nice egg box could be really nice. There's something about egg boxes and muffin trays that just encourages children to sort things into them again, and they could really explore putting the eggs into each compartment. How many have we got? How many more do we need? That sort of thing. You could always chop them up to make a difference. Huge advocate of Unicorn as a teacher, Annex maths lead. Great. Especially in Play-Doh. What's another do? Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. I really think every household in the country should have a pack of Unicorn and obviously a pack of play prompts given. I'm only joking. Might do it myself for the eggs. Go for it. Go for it. Go practice your counting and eating the eggs. Exactly. It's all for mathematical learning, obviously, that you need to buy these. And I have to confess, I did buy an extra bag of eggs just in case tonight I might need some. So lots of counting into an egg box. And don't forget, you could always use a Sharpie pen and write some numbers in the bottom and they have to count them out, that sort of thing. Or maybe you could use cake cases, cute little cake cases, and you can write in the bottom of those, and then they can do lots of counting them out and filling, making little nests, things like that, popping them in, counting them, have you got the right number, all that sort of stuff. And then finally, I'm aware that I'm throwing ideas at you here, so hopefully there's at least one that you can do. I've got some plastic eggs here that you may have seen that Mason's been playing with them. These are donkey's years old. Mason's been playing with them in the sensory rice at the moment, and I've just got a load of eggs, and inside we've used breadsticks before. We used to use breadsticks before we bought Unicorn. Oh, fab! That's a good idea. So inside the eggs, just pull them open. I've just put a little piece of card with a number inside, and so they could find the number. Oh, 5. Can we count out 5? Can we count them out into a case? Can we count them out into the egg? You could do all sorts of different ones. You could do loads of different numbers, and then of course they could always find their own and make their own, couldn't they? It's just lots of counting practice, number practice, all that one-to-one counting. Brilliant. That's it, folks. That's it. So yeah, hopefully there's some ideas there. If you just tune in, I've sort of whizzed through quite a lot. So we've been using plastic egg, chocolate eggs. Of course, there's loads of alternatives you could use if you don't want to use chocolate. I've been sharing it with Unicorn, with cake cases, with egg boxes and dice, with the 10 frame or 5 frame that we made last week. Oh, actually, it was your homework if you saw it last week. I think I said it for your homework on Friday, or using some plastic eggs with some numbers hidden inside. So hope that there's some ideas that you can do, because obviously you're going to be drowning in chocolate eggs this weekend. You might just be able to creep in a little bit of learning as well, so we'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to end there. Hope you're having a lovely day. You may have seen that yesterday the new planning, it's the old one that's been updated and it's now a download PDF. So there's the new planning document for anyone that are educators out there that's working with children, help you planning your learning environment and your provision. But there's all the usual play prompts as well on there. And don't forget, I have some new ones coming. Very exciting. I'm busy working away behind the scenes, getting those all ready to get in the shop for you as soon as possible. So have a lovely day, whatever you get up to. I'm going to take Mason out into Bristol this morning. Still not decided what we're going to do, so we're just going to have to see where it takes us, but the weather's pretty nice, so hopefully we should be all right. Okay, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Lovely to see you, and I will see you, what day is it tomorrow? Thursday. See you tomorrow, guys. Thank you. Bye.